Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so before we jump into this video, I haven't done like my normal intro in a while, so I'm gonna do it. If you are new here, welcome. Hit that subscribe button down below. We do a lot of fun, colorful makeup looks over here, as you can tell. So if that's something that you're into, then I highly suggest hitting that subscribe button and joining the fam, because we have a lot of fun. Okay, so let's get into today's video. Obviously, by the title, you know that we are playing with the new Beauty Bay Wilderness palette. And I have some opinions on this. I'm not going to go into full detail about it till the end of the video, so you'll have to wait and see what I think till then. So make sure you watch all the way through. But let's just talk about the packaging for a second. I think it's so stinking cute. I mean, it's just greens. Obviously, it's like a green-based palette, but it has these like little gold like little circles on it, and it kind of looks like stars, and it's like a forest scene. It's very, very pretty. And then when you open her up, you obviously get a mirror, which I have not taken the thing off yet. Let's see. Oh, isn't that just so satisfying? That is some sticky ass paper. But anyways, you open her up and this is what the palette looks like. So you have some blues and neutrals, you have your green row, you have your, I would say this is like a fall row. I feel like this palette's gonna be really good for the fall. It just has those types of colors right here. Like this burnt orange down here, I love this orange. I think it's so pretty. And then you have like your ready shades over here, and then you're like, this one's called Marigold, and this is like a true marigold shade. It's really, really pretty. But yeah, this is what she looks like. I'm obviously going to do swatches after I'm done talking. I struggled with this palette. I struggled a lot with this palette. This isn't the first look I've done. Oh no. No. This is like the 7th look that I've done. And I do love the way it came out. I think it looks great. It's a look. It's not the most revolutionary look I've done. It's not the best one I've ever done. But it's a look nonetheless, and you can see how the shadows perform. But anyways, so these palettes are super, super cute. I love these palettes. They're 20 pan palettes, and they're $15, which is super, super inexpensive and really, really great. Beauty Bay makes some of the best shadow formulas I've ever used. Like their shimmer shades, all of these shimmers are almost like a creamy type of shimmer. They're very, very squishy, except for Heat. This one's a little different. This one's not my favorite shimmer in the palette. It's really not. But the color's really pretty. But all these shimmers are very, very squishy. Their shadows are always very, very pigmented, very blendable. I never really have a problem with these palettes except this one. This one I struggled with. And it's not the formula, it's not the shadows, it's like the colors. I don't know what it is, but I really, really struggled. But like I said, I'm not going to go into too much detail. You guys are going to have to wait and see. So I'm going to go ahead and start the swatch party. Alright guys, so that is the swatches completely done. I will say these swatched pretty good. They're like, oh, why am I like this? Oh, but anyways, if you guys want to see how I got this look, then go ahead and just keep on watching. You guys, I am freaking out right now. So, oh my god, I don't even like know how to explain what just happened. This is my third time filming this. I don't even know if it's gonna work. The first time my memory card got full, so I was like, crap, and it stopped filming mid-eye look. So I had to go behind my camera and go through my memory card and start deleting stuff. Well, I accidentally deleted my clip, like this clip. So I had to start over, wipe it off, and then I started filming again, and literally in the exact same spot that I was the first time, something happened with my camera. I don't know what it was doing. But like on the viewfinder, it started doing like these lines that kept like going up. Almost, it looked like a battery almost, and it just kept like going up. And then my camera shut off, and it was like there's an error 2 message or something, which I don't know what that was. I don't know. I don't even know if this is recording. Like, I'm freaking out. So I had to wipe off my eye again, and now I'm doing this again. Okay, we're just going to start and hope for the best. Anyways, I'm going to go in with the shade Twilight for the 3rd time today. So this is so weird to me because I've said this like a million times already. So I'm just packing this on the outer corner, and then I'm going to drag this all the way out, almost to the hairline, but just not quite. We're going to stop right there. I'm like freaking out. I'm really scared that my camera's taking a crap. So right now I'm just stamping on the shadow. I'm not worried about blending right now. I'm just stamping and just trying to get my shape down. But as you can see, it's really pigmented. Then I'm going to go in with the shade Ivy. And this is going to go onto the front half of her eye. And again, I'm not blending right now. I'm just stamping on the product. And then we're going to connect it to that blue shade. I like keep looking everywhere, like on my monitor, on my viewfinder, make sure nothing's like happening. Freaking out. Okay, so this is like the general shape that we're going for. So I'm going to go ahead and just wipe off that brush. And then I'm going to start to diffuse these edges. These colors, they are so pigmented and they blend out super easy. I feel like all Beauty Bay shadows just, they're the bee's knees, you know? They're super good quality, and for the price you pay, I mean, these palettes are only $15 and they have sales on their website all the time. So you could get these for like $10. So I'm going to wipe off that brush, and then I'm just going to do the same to the blue, just to fuse those edges. Alright, then I'm going to take the shade Mint, and this is going to blend out that Ivy shade. Also, I'm sorry if you guys can hear my cooler. It's like 80 degrees in my house at all times, so I'm not turning that puppy down. Not happening. Sorry. Then I'm going to dip into the shade Sky right here. Now, this is kind of where I have my fault with this palette, is there's not enough blue shades in here. There's 2 blue shades. You have a dark blue, and then you have this sky blue, and they're beautiful colors. They work amazing. They blend beautifully. It's not the colors. It's the fact that there's only 2 blue shades in this palette. And one's really dark and one's really light. So it kind of makes it a little bit difficult to blend blues if you're trying to go for a blue look with this palette. So I'm just going to go back in with the blue and the green and just kind of deepen things up a little bit. And I feel like the blue on this eye is a little bit higher, so I'm going to try and fix that on this side. Then I'm going to go back in with Ivy and just deepen this up a little bit. I mean, most of this shade is going to get covered up anyway, but I kind of want just that little bit of a darkness peeking through. And then I'm going to take the shade Ray. It's the shade right here. It's very like squishy, so you want to be careful with it. But this is going to be our brow bone highlight. It's a really pretty shimmer shade. It's like champagne, but it has different reflex in it. Very, very pretty. Don't really know if my camera's picking up, but it's pretty. I don't know what my camera's doing anymore, okay? I just don't know. It's doing its own shit. Alright, so I'm going to cut my crease. I'm probably just going to speed this part up for you guys. I'm not using my white Morphe concealer. I'm just going in with the same one that I used to prime my lids. Okay, so now that my crease is cut, we're going to start doing some of these shimmers. Okay, well, not doing them, but like working with them. These shimmers are amazing. They're super good. I'm going to just admit it. I'm a little bit of a snob when it comes to shimmers now because after using the Chameleon Flakes, I'm like, everything is garbage. But these are actually really, really good. I'm just spoiled now. So I'm going to first take the shade Ocean right here, and this shade is so pretty. Very pretty blue shimmer shade. Love it. And I'm going to kind of just like, I'm mostly packing this onto the outer half of my eye. I'm using my finger first because shimmers work best with the finger, but then I'm going to have to go in with a brush just to get a more defined cover. So I want to get that shadow right up into this crease line. Then I'm going to wipe that brush off, and then I'm going to go in with the shade Lime. I had to use the shade. Look how cool this is. And this is going to go right on the inner corner. Well, the inner corner half, I'll say. This Lime shimmer shade is so bright. Ugh, it's super cool. I think it's my favorite shimmer in the entire palette. Okay, and then I'm just going to start to blend that in with that Ocean shade. Look how cool that is. It's so bright. Ooh. I feel like I need a little bit more on the other eye now. Okay, so what I did on the other eye, which I don't even think you can tell, but since I did it on this eye, I have to do it on this eye. I took a little bit of the shade Breeze, and I just put that in between the Lime and the Ocean shade. I mean, you can't really tell, but I kind of just wanted like that seamless blend between the two. Yeah, I mean, you really can't see it on camera. So I really wanted to use as many shadows in this palette as I possibly could. So I wanted to incorporate the reds a little bit. So I went in with both Raw and Poppy, and I just kind of like blended it on this outer corner right here. You can kind of see it on this eye a little bit. So I'm first going to go in with Raw, and I'm just angling this up. It's going to look a little weird at first, but once it's all blended and everything, it looks fine. Then I'm going to go in with Poppy. And just do the same thing. I mean, the red into the blue, it really just creates almost like a purple shade. Obviously, that's color theory. But, I don't know, I kind of like the way it looked. Then I'm going to dip back into Twilight and just blend the edges right here. And that's pretty much it for the top half. Is it the most revolutionary look I've ever done? No. But I struggled so hard with this palette when I got it in the mail. I was trying so hard to create a look. And I said in my last video that I was sitting here for literally 2 hours trying to get a look down, and I just couldn't. Like, it just wasn't working for me. So this is what we came up with, okay? So for the bottom part, I'm just going to put some of my concealer down again. Then I'm going to take a black pencil liner and I'm going to line my waterline with that. And then on the very outer half of it, I'm going to bring it down into my lash line and just kind of smudge it under there. But just on the outer half. Then I'm going to dip back into Twilight, which was the blue shade, and just lay that on top of that black. And I'm making sure to connect that where the top part ends. I say that in almost all of my looks. I really just like the flow when it's all just evenly connected. And then I really wanted to tie in the red to the bottom lash line, so I'm going to go in with Poppy first. I'm going to lay that down on the inner corner, and then I'm going to go in with this shimmer red shade right here. It's called Heat. I mean, Poppy is a super, super bright red shade. Like, it's no joke. Okay, and then going in with Heat. Heat is not my favorite shimmer shade. I feel like they kind of like dropped the ball on this shimmer shade. It's just not as like poppy and shimmery as the other shades. It even feels like a different formula. Like this one's like a true shimmer shadow. The other ones are more like a cream shadow. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. It's a different formula than any other shimmer in the palette. At least to me anyway. I don't know. I could be wrong. But it feels that way to me. Then I'm going to dip back into Sky again, just a tiny bit, and I'm going to use that to blend out that dark blue. Not too much, just a little bit. So this is pretty much the basics. I still have to obviously add lashes and liner. I just lined my top waterline on this side with my Anastasia liner because this is like the best liquid liner in the freaking world. I'm going to go off camera and do my base and then fix my hair because yikes, and then we'll come back for the finished look. Alright guys, so this is it for the finished look. I actually ended up going in with my Sheen Epic liner in the shade Mellow, and I kind of just like put a little line of it right in there. I don't know why. I just did. There's something in my eyeball. Okay, so I want to go ahead and, of course, go into detail about this palette, what I think of it, all that good stuff. So I'm kind of like on the fence about it. I love Beauty Bay palettes, especially the ones that are like this size. The pigment is there, the blendability is there, but I kind of struggle a lot with it. I feel like there's so much green in here, which I kind of know that's like the point of this palette. I wish there was more blue shades in here. I know it's a wilderness palette and it's supposed to be, you know, on the green side, which I totally like. I love green eyeshadow. It's not that. But I feel like if you're going to do a dark blue shade, then you're going to need more than just one light blue shade to blend it out. Another kind of complaint that I have, I was trying so hard to do a look with this a couple of days ago, and everything I did looked so bad. I couldn't get everything to like blend together. Like I honestly was trying to use like this row of shades right here. I wanted to do something different, but all of these shades together blended so muddy. That was my problem. It looked very, very muddy. I even tried to do a neutral look. I used this shade into this one, into this one, into this one, and it just looked so muddy, and I wasn't happy with it at all. It looked awful. But other than that, I really do like the palette. I'm not sure if I'm obsessed with the color story in here. I do love the greens, and the shimmers are really, really nice. But I just don't know if it's like, I don't know. There's just something about it that I'm not that excited over. I don't know. It just kind of sucks because I do love Beauty Bay shadows and everything, and the shadows are great. I'm just not loving the palette. It's not that it's a bad palette or anything, like bad quality. I'm just not loving it for me personally. I'm definitely going to try using it again. I really want to go in with these shades right here and try those again. But yeah, I mean, I really don't have too many complaints about it. I love the eye look. I think it looks great. The shimmers are beautiful. The colors are pigmented. They blend out really well. I just, you know what the problem I think is I don't think the colors go together. Does that make sense? Like, yeah, you have your greens and the greens go together, but I don't think anything else goes together. Like, it's really hard to blend a lot of these shades together. Does that make sense? So I think the real question is, do I think you guys need this palette in your collection? And honestly, I'm going to say no this time. I really don't think you need it. Unless you are like a Beauty Bay super fan and you're just collecting these, then sure. I don't see why not. But I personally don't think that you need it. The other palettes, like the Book of Magic palette, absolutely that palette is stunning. It's perfect. You do need that one. And the Sunset Horizons is great. The Sweet Romance, I think is what it's called, is the pink palette. I don't even think you need that one in your collection either. But they're just cool little palettes to have. They're very easy to use. I don't know, it's really your choice, but in my opinion, you don't really need it. Alright guys, that is all I have for you today. I really do hope you liked this video. I struggled a lot, but we got through it. And this fly is irritating me, so I'm going to get off here before I lose my shit. As always, if you guys like me, you like my makeup, you like my content, then hit that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to follow me on my Instagram. And that's it. I have nothing else to say except I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!